Hello everyone, MMOG1 here on YouTube, the underscore impure over on Twitch, and today we're coming back to Fallout New Vegas. As soon as I spawn in for the next playthrough, I remember what I was doing. I was about to leave town and go to Prim. But first I look over and see Mr. Joe Cobb, who, if you were able to see in my last video, I made that pool cue in my hand touch the inside of his tonsils, and I don't think he took too well to it. So I ventured forth, just trying to find the man with extremely bad suit taste who shot me in the forehead. Walking along, eventually I stumbled across a little Easter egg brought on by the Wild Wasteland perk that I took. And that Easter egg, well, let's see if you can discover, or realize, rather, what this Easter egg is. Yes, just as you might think, it's a fucking bathtub with a man in a fedora inside of it. I know he was a professor and he was a genius and all that about history, but I don't think he realized that a refrigerator won't protect him from a blast. Sorry, old Indy, but I'm gonna borrow that hat. And then I was off on my way, after desecrating his corpse a bit. But of course, it was a wonderful, beautiful day in the wasteland. I should never try fake French accent again. That was god-awful. But yeah, it was a pretty nice day, pretty slow. Then along the way, maybe 10 minutes later, I came across some powder gangers, which were friends of Joe Cobb's. I don't think they know I killed him, though. At least yet. So, I read their note, figured out what they were doing, and I kind of sneaky snuck their dynamite into my satchel. But first, I realized something. They have wonderfully beautiful buttocks. And upon searching their buttocks, I found a few things of interest. And then remembered, if I successfully pickpocket something into their pocket, an explosive perhaps, which they have in abundance, I can blow their asses up and they not even realize it was me. So, I spent the next few minutes trying to do that. This one guy cut on to me, and that's why he sat down and closed his buttocks. But I still searched. Unfortunately, I got vilified, so I decided to just make it. Let's just say it was the Men in Black memory erasal, but with a stick. So I respawned at a save point, and I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna thwack their asses, just like I did Joe Cobb. So I waited for the right moment to where I could take them out, and they were both weak and open hold. And when I finally viewed my time to butt shine, I took it with a thwack here. I quickly turned around to get the other. And then, he was too slow to realize I killed his friend. And then, I lost the footage. Fuck. Despite that little error, I traveled further up the road towards Prim, and just outside of Prim there was a military tent with some soldier boys in it. They were telling me about how some criminals, probably friends of the powder gangers I butt thwacked, have taken up refuge in the town and sort of, maybe kind of just a little bit, held the people hostage and maybe murdered a few of them. I crossed their little murder bridge and I started thwacking, or trying to rather. I was wearing the spoils of my victory against the powder gangers, which were their clothes, which is called faction armor. But these aren't the same kind of powder gangers. See, they don't see you as friendly if you're wearing powder ganger armor, because they're a different gang or whatever, some fuckduckery. But here I realized that my character, good old Prophet Grandma Sparkles, is terrible with a fucking gun. If you see, I shoot and I miss like fucking 10 bullets. And I still don't kill the guy when one or two of them do connect from a foot away. So I say, fuck it, I get right up in his face and I use VATS to blow his stupid little head apart. and then I try to get it when it's dead, and even when it's a not moving target, I still fucking miss. So, in my rage and lootery of their corpses, I swear I just looted them, nothing uncouth, I leveled up. I put a few points into survival so I can make more food from flesh at campfires and have more options for healing recipes, and I put a few points in explosives. Man, that would be useful down the line in the not too distant future. But then I made one of my greatest mistakes. After robbing his corpse of all that it was worth, I walked into the casino forgetting what I was wearing. And can you guess what happened? Everyone in that fucking place thought I was Uncle Sad Touch and started lighting me up like a goddamn Christmas tree that was also on fire and getting shot by a 50 cal Gatling gun. So, in my fear, I reloaded a previous save point, which brought me back to the fight. Being so angry and disrupted because of it, I took out my shotgun and blew some slugs into this poor fucker's kneecaps. I broke his Nico kneecaps, and he didn't have too much to say about it except, my knees! Then I chopped the arm off the other fucker. When I was just at a little mouse penis of health. Then I leveled up, did the same thing again. A bit of explosives, a bit of survival. Nothing too different, I don't think. But I made sure I was wearing different clothes before I went inside. Still robbed the fuckers' corpses, though. Good stuff to sell. Always good to have more caps in the game. After talking to the guy again, who I was supposed to talk to the first time, I passed a robot cowboy, who, if I wanted to, I could make him the sheriff of this town. I didn't want to. Being so annoyed at them from the previous attempt, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna pull a fucking heist. So I saw the back room of the casino with all the loot in it. I snuck in by using my not expert lockpicking skills, which are very, very advanced. There was no one back here, so I didn't have to do a shaboop to them. But then I saw it. All these fucking safes, that most of them are uninteractable. But there were a few. And a few I could lockpick at that. So, I stole all the shit that this fucking town was worth. In a matter of moments. And even a bit of garbage, because, I don't know. I don't know why I took fucking garbage. Literal bottles. I took fucking bottles. Empty soda bottles. Empty pop bottles. What the fuck did I do that? You may ask. You can still sell it. It's only one cap at a time, but baby, do I like them profits. After leaving that little hall, I went to go, quote-unquote, whatever, rescue Deputy Beagle, who was the assistant to our doting sheriff before these fuckers ripped him apart. And this took me quite a few attempts. Let's call it like a dungeon boss. It wasn't hard, but I still fucked it up. You can see right there, I fisted that guy's arm off, because I am a badass. Or rather, Prophet, Grandma Sparkles, Buttersnot, the 14th is. But I digress. Throwing dynamite, missing a few dynamites, like initially you probably saw some dynamite bounce off the fucking wall and almost bounce back at me. I killed him slowly, systematically, like a predator. And then I realized I have a wonderful SMG. And then I realized from that, I can summon my inner Al Capone during Valentine's Day and make these fuckers regret ever being born. But I must admit, for the vast majority of these attempts, it was them making me regret being born. They, for as fast as I stuck it to them, they turned around and put about 12 metric meters of cock up my fucking ass. And it sucked. So, for all the times I died and failed, I decided to try a new method. The bitch method. Remember when I said explosives would have been coming in handy soon? This is it. I set up some fucking landmines that I stole from their brethren over at the powder gangers. So I set my traps. Powder charges. And then started fucking hiding behind a wall while I threw mines and dynamite at them. Can you guess it still didn't work against these fucking cunts? It's almost like they didn't want to die or something. How rude can you get, you know? But I kept having to reset and retry, reset and retry, reset and retry. So one time, I finally saw the leader of their little coterie die. And once I did kill that handsome muscular fucker over there, keep in mind I'm also trying with a gun when I am early inferior with guns. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Maybe I just wanted to seem cool. I don't know. When he finally got into my sights and died, I still had times where I died and had to restart the fucking thing over again. I'd say maybe it was between 5 and 15 attempts for this part. You can see I just knocked him out in one punch there. That was badass. And I realized he had a fucking 6-foot weapon of annihilation. The incinerator. While I was making barbecue with my enemies, I wasn't paying attention to my health, and I basically got fucking chewed out with bullets. You can see there, they shot me right in the tum-tum. So, trying again. I eat dynamite. I run like a bitch, hoping they will sort of spread out. But also having my little Valentine's Day Massacre gun ready. Hopefully Al Capone would be proud. What the fuck am I saying? Hopefully he wouldn't be proud. Whatever. So I killed the leader again. Seems like most of the time he's the first one to rush into me. And after slaying him and his friends, at least what I think are all of his friends, I take a breath of fresh air. By the way, just look how dapper our old girl is. She just looks absolutely loverly. I steal the incinerator again, and I'm starting to get encumbered. So it's harder for me to dodge attacks. And move. Keep in mind, I'm slowly moving. So I have to fuck with my shit, drop some shit, fix some shit. Anything to make my sellable items that would turn me a nice profit fit on my person while not making me a sitting turtle in the middle of a road while the forest is on fire. Turning into where they're holding Deputy Beagle, I realize they weren't the last ones. There's still one fucker who's just chilling, even though his friends were just annihilated. So I burned him alive, and well, I missed the first few shots, but that's okay. Eventually, this motherfucker got turned into a barbecue. Then, after searching the barbecue for hot dogs and chili, I go to talk to our little doting hostage. And keep in mind, I fucking hate this guy's voice. I hate him as a character. He's just annoying. No matter what you do, he's never satisfied. So instead of dealing with him, I decide I'm going to do something else. I look through my arsenal, trying to decide what to do to this poor fucker. First, I think I'm going to blow his ass out his fucking head and turn the sky cherry pie red. But, unfortunately, I don't have the necessary stealth to successfully pickpocket it, even though he's bound up, which is fucking ludicrous and annoying. So, I say fuck it, I look him dead in his little puppy eyes, and I beat him in the skull, just like he deserves. He dies in one hit like a bitch, but, I mean, I didn't stop at one. I might have gone a little overboard, making it so his family can't recognize the corpse, but hey, what can you do? It's also funny to watch his head bob, but I'm not a psychopath, I swear. Stealing his journal off of his mangled corpse, I bring it back to Nash. I figure out where my guy is going. Then I talk to the military about how, hey, y'all are doing a shit job of patrolling and protecting this place. They're like, yeah, sup, bro, you're fucking right, but we can't do anything till the big boys upstairs send us some boys. Do you think you can leg it a few fucking metric miles to the nearest outpost to ask them to be a good daddy and send us some men? And, like, naturally, like the little bitch I am, because I need to go that way anyway, I say, sure, and I go. And I look at this handsome man with his beautiful face cover armor, and I continue exploring. But for that part, my folks, that's going to be the end of Prophet's adventure this time, with her wonderful hat. So, stupid fucking phone. We will see you in the next episode. Goodbye. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to join us for one of our live streams over at _impure over on Twitch, please feel free to do so. Until then, I will see you in the next video. This has been MMOG1. Goodbye.